There's a quiet feeling many of us experience, but we don't always know how to explain it. You know, life looks okay, we're showing up, we're taking care of things, we're doing what needs to be done, and yet, somewhere underneath it all, we feel a little disconnected from ourselves. Maybe we say, I don't mind, before we even check in with ourselves. Maybe we keep moving without asking, what do I actually need right now? But what if the very first step isn't about becoming more confident? What if it's simply learning how to hear yourself again? In today's episode, we're exploring 3 simple ways to start reconnecting with your own voice. Come on in, it's time to choose happy. Wherever you are, whatever kind of day you're having, this is your reminder. You have a choice. If you're ready to break free from self-doubt and negative thinking, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Marie, and this is the Choose Happy with Marie podcast. Welcome. Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Today, I want to talk about something that I think many of us experience, but we don't always have words for. It's that feeling of knowing something is slightly off, but not being able to explain exactly what it is. You're getting through your days, doing everything that needs to be done, showing up for the people you love, you're working, managing all the little details of life. And from the outside, everything might look fine. But somewhere underneath it all, there is this feeling, Marie, I feel a little disconnected from myself. Maybe you've noticed it in small moments. Perhaps when someone asks you what you want, and you automatically say, I don't mind. You make a decision and later wonder, why did I choose that? You have a few minutes to yourself and realize you don't even know what you want to do with them. Sound familiar? And this is where I want to begin today. Because I don't think the answer is that something is wrong with us. I think many of us have simply gotten so good at responding to everything around us. And somewhere along the way, we stopped checking in with ourselves. We stopped hearing our own voice. And when we can't hear ourselves clearly, it becomes really difficult to trust ourselves. So today, I want to share with you 3 simple ways we can begin hearing ourselves again today. Before we get into the 3 ways, I want to talk about something important. Because if you're someone who struggles with this, I don't want you to turn it into another thing to fix. This isn't about becoming better at life. This isn't about becoming more productive or more disciplined. It's actually about understanding how we got here. You see, most of us didn't wake up one day and decide, I'm going to ignore myself. It happened slowly and over time. It may have started when we were younger as a child. We learned that being easygoing made relationships smoother. We learned that being helpful made us feel valuable. We became the person who remembered everything, the person everyone counted on. Sound familiar? And those qualities are beautiful. They are signs of love and care. But when we spend years paying attention to everyone else, we can become a little disconnected from ourselves. Perhaps not completely or dramatically, but just enough that our own voice gets quieter. So, for today, I wanted to share with you 3 ways that we can get started hearing ourselves again. The first way we can begin hearing ourselves again is simply by noticing. Noticing what is happening without judgment, without changing things, just noticing. Because there are moments every day when we move right past ourselves without even realizing it. And I'll give you a few examples of how you may see yourself. For example, someone asks you, "Can you help me with this?" And before you even think, you are saying, "Sure." Maybe you're already overwhelmed. Maybe your day is full, but the answer just comes out automatically. Or maybe your partner asks, "What do you want to do this weekend?" And you say, because you're so tired, "Whatever you want." Maybe you truly don't care, but maybe you're so used to considering everyone else all the time that you don't pause long enough to ask yourself what you would like. Or maybe you've had a long day and you just want quiet time. And you want that quiet time to yourself in the evening. And instead of doing something that actually restores you, you automatically pick up your phone. Maybe you start scrolling social media. You fill the space. Not because you're doing anything wrong. I mean, I do like watching, the occasional cat or dog video. But because being still can sometimes be where we finally notice what we've been avoiding. So this week, how about if you notice the following and you ask yourself, where do I move past myself? Where do I answer before I check in with myself? That awareness is the beginning. The second way is we can create space in our life. And this one is important because many of us are trying to find clarity while we are surrounded by noise. We are thinking, we are analyzing, we're asking everyone else what they think, trying to find the right answer out there. But sometimes the problem isn't that we don't know. Sometimes it's just so much noise covering up what we already know. And the noise can be things like other people's opinions, old stories about who we should be, the negative thoughts we've been repeating for years, or the expectations that we've been carrying that may not even belong to us anymore. And when that noise gets loud enough, our own voice gets really hard to hear. So, creating space doesn't mean disappearing from your life. It can be small. It can be small moments of time. And I'll give you a few examples. It can be, for example, taking a walk without your phone. Or if you need your phone, put it on silence so that you don't hear the notifications. It's about not getting distracted by other people. Or let's say in the morning, you could wake up before your family and have some quiet time to sit and reflect. You can write in your journal, read a book, or just enjoy your favorite morning beverage looking out the window. Or it can also look like sitting in your car before you go inside somewhere, whether it be at work or returning home to your house. You could sit in the car and just have a moment of reflection. And when you create this space, you can ask yourself, what am I hearing when I stop filling the space with noise from other people? I'll repeat it in case you want to cue this up while you're sitting in your car. What am I hearing when I stop filling the space with noise from other people? Trust the answer. Because sometimes your answer has been there all along. You just needed enough space to notice it. The third way that we can begin hearing ourselves again is by showing ourselves that our voice matters. And this is where self-trust starts to grow, because trust is built through experience. It's built through small moments where we say, I noticed what I needed, and then we respond. For example, maybe you realize you need rest, and instead of pushing through, you give yourself a break. No guilt, no people pleasing. Or maybe you realize you don't want to commit to something, and instead of automatically agreeing, you say, let me think about it. I'll get back to you. Or maybe you know something matters to you. Something really important matters to you. And instead of dismissing it, this time you take one small step towards it. These moments, they may appear small. They happen in the everyday. But they are how we rebuild the relationship with ourselves. We start showing ourselves, I'm listening. My needs matter. My voice counts too. And over time, that becomes self-trust. We trust ourselves. And we need that if we are going to live our happy life, because our happy life, a real happy life, what that is, no one can tell us what that is for us. That is within us. So this week, I want to invite you to try something simple. Don't try to change everything. That's not what we're here for. We can eventually change everything, but it's one thing at a time. Just choose one moment each day to pause. When you're about to respond, or when you're about to agree on something, or when you're about to move on from something, ask yourself, am I listening to myself right now? And if you want to go one step deeper, you can ask yourself, what do I actually need? This isn't about what I should need, not what would make everyone else happy. What do I actually need? That can be a really hard question. I know, I've dealt with it myself, and I continue to ask myself that question. We may not always know the answer. That's okay. The goal isn't perfect clarity. The goal is reconnecting with yourself. And this is exactly the kind of work I support women in through my coaching program, because many women already understand themselves. They recognize their patterns. They know they overthink. They know they second guess themselves. They know they tend to put everyone else first. And the challenge isn't just the awareness, it's where the starting point is. The challenge is learning how to stay connected to yourself while your life is happening in real time. When the request comes in, when the decision needs to be made, when the old pattern yet again appears before you even realize it and you're responding in the same old way. That's where coaching creates space. Not for someone to tell you what to do, but to help you hear yourself more clearly, to practice trusting your own voice in a safe space, and to make choices that actually feel like yours so that you can start building your happy life today. If this feels like you're in a season when you're ready for deeper support, you can find the link in the show notes to apply for private coaching with me. There's no pressure, just an invitation to notice what feels true for you. You don't have to figure everything out today. You don't have to become someone different. You just have to begin listening to yourself. Because every time you hear yourself, you create a little more trust. And every time you trust yourself, you move closer to the life that feels like yours. Remember, keep choosing your happy. It's where your happy life lives. Wishing you a wonderful week. Cheers. Thanks for listening to Choose Happy with Marie. If today's episode spoke to you, I would love it if you could share it with a friend or leave a quick review for the show. It helps more women find this kind of support. Remember, you don't have to overhaul your life to start feeling better. You just have to choose happy right where you are, one choose happy choice at a time. I'll see you next time. Take care.